So last month, my roommate Jake decided he was going to take control of his life by meal prepping. You know the type, watched one YouTube video, bought a label maker, started saying things like macros and portion control out loud, unprompted, to strangers in the elevator. At first, I was on board. Who doesn't want to come home to a fridge that doesn't look like a science experiment gone wrong? Plus, Jake promised to prep enough for both of us, so I figured I'd be living the high life with gourmet lunches ready to go. The first few days were promising. There were containers of grilled chicken, roasted veggies, and even some homemade energy bars that tasted suspiciously like cardboard, but hey, it's the thought that counts. But by Thursday, I noticed a shift. The meals started getting simpler. The chicken disappeared. The veggies were replaced by more rice. By Friday, the meal prep had become rice with a side of rice, and the only seasoning in sight was a single, lonely grain of black pepper that must have slipped in by accident. Then came the weekend. Jake went into overdrive, banging pots and pans like he was auditioning for MasterChef, Carb Edition. I opened the freezer on Sunday and was hit with a wall of condensation and a mountain of identical, neatly labeled containers stacked from floor to ceiling. Each one just said rice in bold capital letters, as if he was afraid we might confuse it with anything else. At this point, I was starting to have flashbacks to every bad takeout meal I'd ever had, but Jake looked so proud I didn't have the heart to say anything. By Wednesday of the next week, we'd eaten nothing but plain rice for every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I tried to spice things up with hot sauce, soy sauce, even peanut butter in a moment of desperation. Nothing helped. We were both sluggish, and Jake started Googling vitamin deficiency symptoms at the dinner table. That's when I realized, in his quest to meal prep for the ages, Jake had achieved the impossible. He'd turned our freezer into a literal grain drain.